president of the board of directors and an alum of the orchestra. On behalf of myself and my board and the orchestra, thank you for joining us here tonight. I think it's a wonderful way to kick off not only Thanksgiving week, but the holiday season. We're not playing holiday music tonight, but it's a wonderful, joyous way to kick the season off. So thank you all for coming out. Brad, as always, has a wonderful season planned for our 29th year. And tonight you will hear the first of our 3 concerts. And I am pretty sure you'll go home happy and elated. So thank you. We have some big thank yous to people who help make our program possible. One would be the LA County Arts Commission and the LA County Board of Supervisors, who feel that art is important in our society and in our county, and have chosen us as one of their music educational programs to support. It's a lot of work to get their support, but we're very happy to have their continued interest and support of our program. Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills is our rehearsal home on Sunday nights, and has been for, I think, more than 10 years. And without their generosity of donating a rehearsal space, it would make our program really hard to do. So some of you might have been up to the second level, and those of you on the second level in the balcony have already been by the silent auction. We do a silent auction every year at our November concert to raise funds for our scholarship program. We don't turn any musician away based on their family's financial situation and their ability to pay tuition. So we have some lovely items upstairs. We have Disneyland Park Hopper passes, Huntington passes, Autry Natural History Museum, let's see, VIP tickets to the Broad. If you haven't gotten a reservation online, you can skip the line and go. Some beautiful handmade pottery, Regal movie tickets, iPicks, movie theater, Santa Anita 4 tickets to the Clubhouse, which is a really fun way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Trader Joe's, Unami Burger, Chipotle dinner for 4, includes drinks and chips and guac. It's like a complete dinner, right? On your way home. We're doing something also a little different. We're trying something new with the silent auction. If there's an item that you like and you want to take it at any time during the night and not wait till the end of the night, you can pay the full value and it's yours. So you don't have to wait till the end of the night. You just pay the listed value and I will cash you out. And away you go. I wanted to give a special shout out to all our school music teachers. To participate in the Glendale Youth Orchestra, you are required to participate in your school music program if your school has one. So the school music teacher has a lot of hardship and a lot of students at various levels, and we're very grateful that they share their students with us and support our program, and we are very happy to support music in the public school system. So I want to say thank you to them for all the work they do all year round. You might have heard as you came into the theater a recording playing, and that was our May concert. Those CDs are for sale in the lobby if you want a little stocking stuffer on your way out. And last but not least, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you all for coming, and we'll see you soon.
Good evening, welcome. Thank you for coming to hear my kids. I came across something, of all places, on the internet this week, since the last rehearsal, and I brought it in and read it to the orchestra because it was important and a very different take on what we do here. And I asked them, I said, should I read it to the audience tonight? And they just about unanimously said yes. So I'll read to you what I found on the internet. To all musicians, if you were a cardiac surgeon, you'd take your work very seriously because you know that some night at 2 a.m., someone's going to waltz into your emergency room and you're going to have to save their life. Well, my friends, someday at 7 p.m., someone is going to walk into your concert hall and bring you a mind that is confused, a heart that is overwhelmed, a soul that is weary. Whether they go out whole again will depend partly on how well you do your craft. And as I read this to the orchestra just a little while ago, it made me think of a time I was like that, which was at the end of my first year in New York City at Juilliard as a saxophone major. And at the end of the year, I was more than overwhelmed and exhausted and at wit's end. And I lived at 71st and Broadway, and Juilliard was at 66th and Broadway, and Roosevelt Hospital was at 59th and West End Avenue, just continuing down the street. And I thought, well, you know, I'll just head down there, and if I get there and I feel like I gotta check myself in, I'll check myself in. So as I walked down Broadway, it was about 9 o'clock, and in the Juilliard building is a concert hall called, well, then it was called Alice Tully Hall. The entrance is on the street that's below Juilliard. And it was a Juilliard concert, a free concert. I didn't have a ticket, but I walked in, it was intermission. And in the second half of the concert, there was a performance of, a complete performance of a semi-staged Stravinsky Soldier's Tale. Now, it doesn't matter if you know this piece or the story, it's a Faust story. As I explained to the orchestra, it's someone who sells his soul to the devil, and it's an interesting end. In the piece, the soul is represented by, of all things, a violin. Anyway, I sat and I watched this performance and heard this music, none of which I'd ever heard before. I never even heard the title before. And honestly, I knew so little then that if someone had said to me, who is Stravinsky? Chances are I would have said, I don't know, the Russian ambassador of the UN. But the music in that performance set me right. It made me whole again. So I told this to the orchestra to be aware of what our benefit might be to you, the audience attending tonight. There could be someone like me at that time out here, and we hope to help in that way. For those of you who come here from time to time, you may recall that I suggested listening to a piece that features a solo instrument as if the soloist were the true voice of the composer. So we had two very different pieces tonight. One by Weber, who was a contemporary of Beethoven and probably admired Beethoven to a great shade of green. And he wrote a lot of operas, and his solo writing is very operatic, it's very vocal music. And there are definite virtuosic flourishes in the piece, but it's lyrical, it's beautiful, it's expressive, it's just lovely. The Chaminade, Concertino for Flute, is, unless I'm mistaken, this is the first female composer that we've ever played at the GYO. This is her most famous piece, and it's just beautiful. One of the things that a wind player, a wind soloist, has to conquer, in addition to all the technical stuff that any soloist would probably have to conquer, in this piece, it's hard to catch your breath, or catch your break, as the case may be. So that, and it's a problem, by the way, that string players don't have, pianists don't have. Okay, wind players have this problem, or just a challenge to meet. So Gui meets it quite beautifully. So when you listen to these pieces, you can listen to the virtuosic or vocal sound of the music, or you can listen to the heart of the composer and see if you can connect and hear what the composer is trying to say in these two very different pieces. So I'll look at Anush, who's our first soloist. Thank you.